6. Good evening, this is BeeTv Major News at 6. Tonight on BeeTv News, a Edo State Civil Society organization demands immediate release of Comrade Masters Kola Edopai and Oracle from DSS detention.
A show of shame by the DSS, who for no just reasons went to arrest a civil rights activist.
Even the mother now is worrying. Look at the pain you have caused in the family, DSS.
The Inspector General of Police, in his wisdom, advised Kola Edopai not to carry out that protest. Kola Edopai, being a law-abiding citizen, immediately suspended the protest, and there was none of such protest.
Edo State PDP Caretaker Committee holds meeting with Chief Dan Obi, received Chief Francis Inegbeneke into Legacy Group.
There is no doubt that Obaseki is bad news. Obaseki was a disaster as far as governance is concerned. He was a governor who could only relate with activities of his period of governance.
Our party will be rebuilt, our party will be restructured to meet the challenges ahead, and the party will bounce back powerfully.
Law to establish School of Nursing, Health Science and Technology in Udomi passed by Edo State House of Assembly.
Second motion has moved by the majority. Please say aye. Those, please say aye. Those against say ayes.
After the consideration of the bill part by part, the lawmakers passed the bill for a third reading.
Plus, joy has come. Music and comedy concerts held in Benin City amidst excitement and cheers in honor of Governor Okpebolo's tribunal victory.
An island. I mean, not be so. Because Benin are senior, Edo are senior, they don't divide Benin into three parts: mainland, island, no man's land.
They say the name of the show that join a small concert.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on BeeTv Major News at 6, reaching you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital. I am Evelyn Izibili, and now to the news in details. The member of the civil society community in Edo State, having a peaceful protest, demanded the Department of State Security Service to immediately release human rights activist Comrade Masters Kola Edopai and Oracle. The protesters marched through King Square down to Sapler Road, demanding for the release of the detained activist. BeeTv News Best Oracle has details.
Even the mother now is worrying. Look at the pain you have caused in the family, DSS.
Brandishing placards and chanting solidarity songs, the protesters who had converged at the museum ground, King Square, Benin City, are demanding the immediate release of Masters Kola Edopai and Oracle, who they said were unjustly detained by the Department of State Services, DSS, even after yielding to the order by the Commissioner of Police to shelve the planned solidarity protest. They wondered why protests would be criminalized, as it is a fundamental right of any individual to protest, maintaining that Masters Kola Edopai is guaranteed by the freedom of speech. The protesters barricaded the ever-busy King Square, Sapele Road, resulting to traffic gridlock.
He released. Yes, sir. It's an injustice. An injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. Isoleto. Africa. We are one Nigeria. We are together. Today is Scholar, tomorrow is
The protesters, in the process of taking their protest to the state office of the DSS, were however blocked on their way by officers of the Nigerian army, even though the protest was peaceful. Army claiming that they want to prevent the breakdown of law and order. Flourish Edokpayi, David Ugolo, Curtis Ogbebo, Roy Oribabo, Bob Obayiwana and others, while addressing journalists, condemned the arrest of Mazi Scholar Edokpayi and said he has committed no offense or crime to warrant his continuous detention by the DSS.
The human rights community, we are out today to express our displeasure over the shameful and undemocratic, unprofessional show. A show of shame by the DSS, who for no just reasons went to arrest a civil rights activists who were trying to express their fundamental right of expression. Comrade Kola, Comrade Oracle, they had a plan to rally in support of the Burkina Faso leadership. And the Commissioner of Police, in his wisdom, prevailed and called Comrade Kola to stand down. Reasons be not that he doesn't have the right to expression or protest. The Commissioner of Police made him to understand that there is tension in the state security-wise, that he should stand down. Kola, as a law-abiding citizens, obeyed, because we have been partners in progress with security agencies. Comrade Kola obeyed and stood down. On that day when they converged, he dispatched in his office. He called off the protest and he went back to his office, having relaxed for reasons known to us. The DSS, some overzealous DSS officials who were never authorized, because we confirmed from the authority that the authority were never aware and they never sent him to go and arrest Kola. They went and arrested Kola, someone who were relaxing his office, who were never violent, who were never engaging in any protest or rally.
Since on Wednesday, we've not heard from him. We have been calling him, no response. We don't even know what happened to him. They said he's arrested by DSS. We don't know the offense he has committed. He did not commit any crime. At least he's a Nigerian, he has a freedom of speech. So we don't know why he has been detained since on Wednesday till now. We've not heard anything from him.
Recently, two of our foremost comrades, Comrade Kola Edokpayi and Comrade Oracle, were illegally, forcefully, and unjustly arrested by members of the Department of State Security Services in their office. Before now, Kola Edokpayi wanted to carry out a peaceful protest. And as a law-abiding citizen, he decided to liaise with relevant security agencies, and the Inspector General of Police, in his wisdom, advised Kola Edokpayi not to carry out that protest. Kola Edokpayi, being a law-abiding citizen, immediately suspended the protest, and there was none of such protest. Only for us to discover that some overzealous and over-agile members of the Department of State Security Service went to Kola's office and forcefully burgled him and Comrade Oracle. And since last week, Wednesday, close to 1 week now, Kola Edokpayi, the whereabouts of Kola Edokpayi, we don't know.
We are here. Our mission is very direct. We are demanding for the immediate release of Comrade Kola Edokpayi and others who have been under the incarceration of the DSS for no just cause. The DSS have even explained when we engaged that this man did not commit any offense. We asked, is he a kidnapper? They said no. Is he an armed robber? They said no. Is he a cultist? They said no, that they are just doing their routine work. One would naturally expect, after doing your routine work for 24 hours, they are supposed to release this man.
The leader of the Talakawa Parliament, Moses Kola Edokpayi, was arrested on Wednesday, 30th of April 2025 for expressing solidarity with the government of Burkina Faso led by Captain Ibrahim Traoré, despite not engaging in solidarity march on the street. The protesters have vowed to continue their demonstration until Comrade Moses Kola Edokpayi and Oracle are released, saying that an injury to one is an injury to all. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
As part of his commitment to interacting regularly with party leaders and members to assess the state of the People's Democratic Party in Edo State, the PDP National Vice Chairman, South Chief Dan Obi, has met with members of the State Caretaker Committee from the 18 local government areas to brainstorm on ways to restructure and redeem the party from its dying state. BeeTv News' Osarigwa Gwebo, who covered the leadership meeting held at the residence of Chief Dan Obi in Benin City, reports that a prominent member of chieftain of the PDP, Chief Francis Inegbeneki, was welcomed into the legacy group. Let's now join our senior reporter, Best Orator, for details of the story.
Gathered here are the leadership of the People's Democratic Party, hosted by the National Vice Chairman South of the People's Democratic Party, Chief Dan Obi, and leaders and members of the party's State Caretaker Committee in Edo State to assess the state of the party. This is the first meeting held at Chief Dan Obi's residence since the inauguration of the State Caretaker Committee and the opening of the State Secretariat in Benin City. In his opening remark, the State Chairman of the Caretaker Committee, Barrister Nusa Ogeva Okumbo, appreciated Chief Dan Obi and the party leaders for their support. He said the meeting aimed to strategize on the way forward to restructure the PDP in the state. On his part, the National Vice Chairman of the People's Democratic Party South, Chief Dan Obi, said the party's leadership has taken progressive steps to rescue the party with the inauguration of secretarial building and a functional caretaker committee. He said the PDP in the state is crying for redemption and urged the party members to work together to rescue the party from extinction.
The problem we have been having in this party is the problem of not abiding with the constitution of our party. And he did say it, and he mentioned it at the zonal meeting in Calabar, that we will adhere strictly with the constitution of this party.
Our task is simple. Our objective is very straightforward. Let us together save this party from extinction. The name of Obaseki is offensive. Nobody wants to hear that name again in Edo State. So let us put that behind us and get back our party. It may be a very long road. There is what we call in history a long road to freedom. No matter how long the road may be, it is the right road to follow. If PDP will exist who are present here.
It was a significant boost for the legacy group of PDP in Edo State as a prominent member and chieftain of the party, Chief Francis Inegbeneki, attended the meeting to solidarize with the State Caretaker Committee and the legacy group. Chief Inegbeneki, who had pitched tent with former Governor Godwin Obaseki and Dr. Aswa Ighodalo before the 2024 governorship election, has recognized the authentic leadership of the Chief Dan Obi legacy group of PDP to identify with them. Speaking, Chief Francis Inegbeneki expressed excitement attending the meeting. He stated that the party's crisis at both the national and state levels prompted his decision to join the legacy group, as he sees them as people willing to restructure the party in Edo State and pledges unflinching support to help rebuild the PDP in Edo State.
We want to rebuild the PDP in Edo. It is a known fact that there's crisis in PDP, even at the national, with the states. But I have come to support this legacy PDP, to rebuild this PDP in Edo.
On his part, the National Vice Chairman South, Chief Dan Obi, in an interview with BeeTv News, said the meeting was successful, noting that they had fruitful discussions on restructuring the party from its collapsed state, allegedly orchestrated by the former governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki. He added that Chief Francis Inegbeneki's decision to join the legacy PDP was a significant boost, adding that their doors are open to receive more members who are willing to join hands to rebuild the party.
No doubt that PDP is in a very terrible state as a result of the evil activities of our immediate past governor, Godwin Obaseki. We've all come to an agreement that there is need to remove the poisonous insect inside the pot, the PDP soup. We will take it out so that we can cook a new pot of soup. More people who were deceived to identify with Obaseki have started coming back to the legacy PDP. They believe the future of Edo PDP and the future of good governance depends on their association with legacy PDP. They are all welcome. No ill feelings.
Our party will be rebuilt. Our party will bounce back powerfully.
According to Chief Dan Obi, more leadership meetings will be held to ensure the party is redeemed and restored to its former glory. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
The Edo State House of Assembly, I apologize for that. The Edo State House of Assembly on Monday passed a bill for the establishment of Edo State School of Nursing, Health Science and Technology, Idomi Law 2025. The passage followed the consideration and adoption of the bill part by part. BeeTv News State House correspondent Osarigwe Agwebo has details.
On Monday, during plenary session, the Speaker, Blessing Agbebaku, stepped down from the upper red chair to the lower red chair to chair the Committee of the Whole for the consideration of the bill to enact the Edo State School of Nursing, Health, Science and Technology, Udomi Law 2025, and other matters connected therewith. This follows an application moved by the Majority Leader, Jonathan Ebamau, and seconded by Minority Leader, Charity Agbobaregian.
For the consideration of the bill for law to enact the Edo State School of Nursing, Health Science and Technology, Udomi Law 2025, and other matters connected. So to enable us know this, Mr. Speaker, I want to apply that the House of Representatives of each Committee of the Whole to view to considering the law to go upright. Only and also, Mr. Speaker, step down from the upper range to the lower range to view to considering the bill. I apply.
Yeah, second motion has moved by the majority leader.
After the consideration of the bill part by part, the lawmakers passed the bill for a third reading. Thereafter, the passage of the bill sitting was adjourned to Wednesday, 7th May 2025. Osarigwe Agwebo reporting for BeeTv News.
The highly anticipated joy has come. Music and comedy concerts co-organized by Peak Rendezvous Entertainment Global Limited and the Edo State government, hosted by Chief Protocol Officer to Governor Monday Okwebolo, Honorable Daniel Eremosele, aka Piccolo, held on Sunday with an unforgettable excitement, non-stop laughter and dance. BeeTv News Osarigwe Agbebo, who captured the event held at the Sir Victor Uwaifo Creative Hub in Benin City, reports that the event attracted an unprecedented gathering of entertainment enthusiasts who came to watch several artists perform and unwind. Our senior reporter Best Orator completes the report.
The Joy Has Come music and comedy concert organized by Peak Rendezvous Entertainment Global Limited and the Edo State government, hosted by the Chief Protocol Officer to Governor Mondi Okpebholo, Honorable Daniel Iromosele, aka Piccolo, marked a milestone as the first of its kind event in Edo State. Notably, the concert was free and open to all, attracting entertainment enthusiasts and several dignitaries who include the Chief of Staff to Edo State Governor, Honorable Gani Audu, members of Edo State House of Assembly, commissioners, directors, and other top government officials. The atmosphere at the event was electrified as various home-based entertainers took turns entertaining the crowd with captivating music and rib-cracking comedies.
Mainland and island. I've been happy so because Benin are senior, Edo are senior. They don't divide Benin into 3 parts: mainland, island, no man's land.
They say the name of the show na Joy Has Come concert. I don't get issue with the show, that the title I get issue with. Joy Has Come. Not be everybody go feel relate. To APC na Joy Has Come. To PDP na Joy is gone.
Should bust the head.
Special performances by Fido, Nasboy, Ivana, Maleke, and Hammer Boy had the crowd dancing and vibing non-stop. Some of the entertainment enthusiasts, including members of Edo State House of Assembly, who had a fantastic time, commended the organizer, the managing director of Peak Rendezvous Entertainment Global Limited, and Chief Protocol to Governor Mondi Okpebholo, Mr. Daniel Iromosele, aka Piccolo, and the Edo State government for hosting such an extremely exciting event, and urged them to continue to organize more of such events.
It is purely fun. It's like after all work for the week, I see this as a point of relaxation. You laugh at your time and things like that. You know, in Nigeria, people like walking. The only moment we have as a relaxation period in this country where people go for burial or they go for marriage ceremony. But I think a thing like this, a program like this, has enabled us to exercise ourselves.
Opportunity for us to celebrate entertainers, music, comedy, and also the team Joy is coming to also celebrate Mr. Governor and his team for their victory at the court, and then to celebrate the party.
Yeah, it's for the great show out there. Kudos to the organizers. It stands. You know, like I always say, you know, now in Edo State, we are enjoying the redefinition of democracy. Now, Edo people are developing Edo State. You can see it out there. You see all the artists out there are Edo.
Oh wow, 100%. You can see the lady that just performed now. Lady of Song, Esther E. Ibagwa. You can see what she did, and everybody was happy. We are praying that Mr. Governor should always feature the local musician, the local artist, everything. We are all happy.
Because I'm a music artist, so I learned a lot of stuff and everything. It was fun.
So it was really interesting and fun, exciting, party and everything.
The concert was held to celebrate Governor Mondi Okpebholo's tribunal victory, entertain music and comedy lovers, and create a platform for Edo people to unwind. The Joy Has Come music and comedy concert may have come and gone, but the unforgettable excitement will linger in the minds of entertainment enthusiasts who attended the concert. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv.
maybe the bad roads make their vehicle cannot reach some specific area. So I can't say that the people just naturally or purposely want to burn it.
Despite the Edo State government's establishment of a waste disposal management board to oversee proper waste disposal, some residents have continued to resort to waste burning, a harmful practice that contributes to air pollution and poses significant health risks.
They cannot take care of it. Why? If they sign somebody now
properly due to inconsistency of the staffs of the management board, while highlighting the need for governments to checkmate waste management board activities and ensure waste managers evacuate waste properly.
First of all, some area, the government people that they are in charge to take the dirty, they are no longer going that area. Maybe I can't judge them. Maybe it's because of the bad roads. I can't say, because even my house I register. But we are not seeing them anymore. I forget last they come to my house to pack the tea. So I can't blame them. Or I know government are doing the right thing. They are doing the needful. But maybe due to the insecurity or maybe the bad roads, make their vehicle cannot reach some specific area. So I can't say that the people just naturally or purposely want to burn it. But normally it's not that done way, or it's not the right way for them to burn the tea, because of people's mental health in the environment. But I think government should set some kind of agency or some kind of community where they will monitor all those people that they are entitled to do that same particular job.
Some residents also attribute the waste management challenges to poverty, saying that many individuals lack the financial means to pay for proper refuse disposal services.
I think it's due to finance. I think what they do is that they come every month to pack the dirty and you pay them every month. I don't know the amount, but it could be finances. So people cannot afford that monthly payment, because if you don't pay, they won't pack your dirty. So the accumulation of debt and all those things, and some people cannot afford it. So they just say, let's just burn it in our house so that we know that we don't have to pay and the debt does not have to accumulate. So that's what I think. I think finance is a major strain.
Given the concerns raised by residents, there is a pressing need for the government to reassess and enhance its waste management strategies. Sandra Ogenekewe, reporting for BeeTv News.
In celebration of his new appointment as the Senior Special Advisor on Islamic Affairs to Edo State Governor Alhaji Danjuma Garuba, and members of his immediate family have hosted friends and well-wishers to the lavish reception in celebration of his new status. BeeTv News Freeman Osawe, who covered the event, reports that hundreds of Muslim faithful within the state converged at the residence of the celebrants to facilitate with one of their own. Best Orator completes the report.
It was a hive of activities at the residence of the host, Alhaji Danjuma Garuba, in Benin City, the Edo State capital, as hundreds of Muslim faithfuls, well-wishers and associates of the Special Advisor on Islamic Affairs, the Governor Monday Okpebolo, converged to felicitate with Alhaji Garuba, who also doubles as the Arewa APC chairman in Edo State. Individual who spoke in Hausa language took turn to eulogize the outstanding personality of Alhaji Danjuma Garuba, whom they said has represented the Arewa community in Edo State very well, saying that they were not surprised he was appointed by the governor to represent the Islamic community, believing with his new role he will do more for the Arewa community, and further assured Alhaji Danjuma Garuba that they will continue to support him in ensuring the APC government under the leadership of Governor Monday Okpebolo succeeds.
Allah ya sa mu gama lafiya, Allah ya ƙara arziki wurin nauyi kowa fatahi albarkacin annabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Baki sannan ku da zuwa. Ina ma kowa da kowa fatan alkhairi da fatan yadda muka zo lafiya nan Ubangiji Allah mai da kowa gidansa lafiya.
In a brief remark, Alhaji Danjuma Garuba said he remains grateful to the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Pueblo, and the Emperor of Benin in His Royal Majesty, Omonobane Dukwa Polopolo EY, the second CFRO, because the Arewa community in Edo State have been given a priority, and as such, he will continue to ensure that the Islamic community in the state fully supports the government in sustaining the peace and development in Edo State.
Thank everyone of you here, especially our traditional mothers. Came to my house. I'm not perfect. Pray for the governor of the state. Pray for the state. Pray for myself. Pray for the country. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you here. My governor is your governor. If you pray for the governor, you pray for me. Pray for the governor, you pray for yourself. If you pray for the governor, you pray for the state. Because the state governor is about taking Edo State to the next level. Let every one of us pray for him, give him long life, protect him. Because if the government did well, we have something to say next time. That's why we continue to pray for the governor, the chief of staff, the state secretary to the state governor, all the APC leaders. We pray for them. I want them to take to the next level. Thank you very much.
The Sarikin House of Benin, Alhaji Adamu Isa Sarikin Nupe of Benin, Malam Umar Yabagi, Youth Chairman APC Arewa, Rabiu Salisu, representative of Big Joe Ventures, Jonathan Ogbemi, and Mohammed Lawa Ibrahim, lauded the governor for the recognition given to the Arewa community through the appointment of Alhaji Garuba.
First and foremost, I want him to remember that he is representing the Arewa community in the government, like an ambassador of the Arewas in the government. So he should try as much as possible to put in his best. First of all is to thank Almighty Allah for giving him this position. And we thank God as he's shown appreciation to everybody and Almighty Allah. Secondly, you should know that he's representing the Arewa community living in the Edo State as a chairman. So you should always give advice to His Excellence.
We are here to celebrate with the honor of our own, our chairman, Digital Chair. We call him Digital Chair because that chairman, in the history of Arewa APC, we never see chairman like him. A chairman that carry everybody along and bulldozer, that is why we call him Digital Chair. And today now, because of what he's capable of doing, the executive governor of Edo State see him worthy to give him senior SSA on Arewa community. Today we gather to celebrate him and to thank the executive governor of Edo State.
I'm here to celebrate with our own brother, Alhaji Garuba Danjuma, the new Arewa chairman. Wish him all the best in this new appointment.
The celebrant and host, Alhaji Danjuma Garuba, said he is grateful to God for what he has done for him. He added that he will use his new office as special advisor to the governor on Islamic affairs to ensure the Islamic community continue to work for the progress of Edo State under the leadership of Governor Monday Pueblo, describing him as a man who means well for the state, especially with his infrastructural drive, the hard fight against kidnapping, another form of criminality in the state.
First of all, I will say thank you very much to the governor of Edo State. I have nothing to tell the governor, just to say thank you very much. Myself, my friends, my family wish me good job. And I want to tell the state governor that I'm with him. I'm ready to work with the governor. And I will make sure all my followers, all my Arewa members, I will make sure I meet them and discuss with them, make sure we don't want any crisis in the Edo State, and make sure there's peace in the Edo State. And the state governor, I used to tell my people that we should work hand to hand with the governor. You can look at the period of the journey. You know that this journey is very good. And this journey is a successful journey. We are going to fish out all the bad in the area. If Arewa will be the problem of Edo State, we will fish all the bad among them. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to move local government by local government. We make sure we fish out the bad, that they should understand this government is the government that loves our people.
Alhaji Danjuma Garuba had earlier gone to the mosque to thank God for his appointment. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
The Nigerian Air Force has reaffirmed its commitment to national defense and aviation excellence as part of ongoing efforts to address the country's security challenges. Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, gave the assurance during the graduation of 35 new pilots and 19 medical specialists in Kaduna State.
This graduation ceremony at the 401 Training School Kaduna marks a significant milestone for the Nigerian Air Force as it officially welcomes 35 newly trained pilots into its ranks. Among them, 10 officers completed the Basic Transport Flying Course 5, while 25 others graduated from the BeeTv Student Pilot Course 49.
Transition to operational pilots. Remember that the foundation you have built here will be critical in overcoming the challenges you face in the field. The nation depends on your readiness, your discipline, and your excellence. Specifically for the transport pilots, you have acquired the essential skills to operate transport aircraft that serve as lifelines in both peace and in conflict. From logistics support and troop movement to medical evacuations and humanitarian operations, your role is indispensable.
The Nigerian Air Force also graduated 90 newly trained medical specialists from the NAF School of Medical Sciences and Aviation, Medicine, also in Kaduna. This personnel will play a crucial role in supporting military operations and healthcare delivery.
You are aware that we have been making tremendous progress in all our theaters of operations across the country, fighting insurgency, banditry, oil theft, and other forms of criminality. The injection of these freshly trained, well-equipped pilots into the various theaters of operations will go a long way in enhancing the efficacy of those operational theaters. I want to use this opportunity to assure all Nigerians that the Nigerian Air Force will continue to do everything within its power to flush out any group or individuals that take arms against the state from any nook and corner of the country.
Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, commissioned several welfare projects at the NAF base. These facilities are expected to boost the morale and enhance operational efficiency. As Sohair Osenegi, reporting for BeeTv News.
The governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, says his desire for the state to be known not only for his enterprise but for its athletic excellence. He said this when he inaugurated the main and local organizing committees for the first Abia Para Badminton International Championship and All Africa Para Badminton Championship, scheduled for the 30th of September and the 16th of October.
This is the first time Abia will be holding Para Badminton International Championship. Governor Alex, represented by his deputy, wants organized not to relent in scouting for talent and mentoring young players.
Badminton may be a fast-paced and elegant game, but behind every match is a team of dedicated administrators, coaches, volunteers, and visionaries like you who work tirelessly to create opportunities for our young talents to thrive. Your efforts have not only helped produce athletes for national repute, but have also created safe spaces for youth engagement, community building, and positive lifestyle choices.
The Commissioner for Sports and Youth Development expressed happiness that sporting activities have been revived in the state.
It's making Abia State a sports destination that people are envying. Is approving everything, including what we hear today, the first international and African badminton championship.
The President, Badminton Federation of Nigeria, says by hosting the championship, Governor Oti is positioning Abia State as a beacon of sport development both nationally and internationally.
I want to begin by expressing my deep appreciation to His Excellency, the Governor of Abia State, for his visionary leadership and unwavering support for inclusive sports. It speaks volumes of our collective determination to elevate para sports and promote greater inclusion. Badminton Federation of Nigeria is proud to partner with Abia State on this noble endeavor.
Abia State is the bedrock of para badminton in Africa. Para badminton also started in Abia State, and Abia State has been in forefront of promoting para badminton development in Nigeria and Africa.
The May Organizing Committee is chaired by the Deputy Governor with 16 members, each for both the May and Local Organizing Committee. Freeman Usawe reporting for BeeTv News.
The Federal Inland Revenue Service has launched a new electronic invoicing platform that is known as a Merchant Buyer Solution invoicing system. This platform is a significant step towards enhancing fiscal transparency, accountability, and transactional processes in Nigeria.
As part of the federal government's goal to standardize the economy and ensure efficiency in the taxation system, the FIRX has launched the Merchant Buyer Solution (MBS), a platform designed to facilitate tax payment and declarations for merchants and traders. According to the Chief of Staff to the FIRX Executive Chairman, Tayo Koleosho, the MBS initiative will provide real-time visibility into business transactions, enhance compliance, improve efficiency, and eventually increase revenue and drive national development.
This initiative is not just a technology upgrade, it's a transformative national project. We are pleased to inform you that the development phase of the solution has been completed, and now we are at the threshold of the pilot implementation. This phase will involve collaboration with key institutions and sectors, and this is precisely where your agencies come in.
Also speaking at the unveiling is a technical lead national e-voicing, Sadiq Arogodade, who says that the platform was created to standardize invoice and exchange across all sectors in the country. He also noted that the system has been tested by taxpayers who have generated electronic invoices and connected to the local invoice interchange.
E-invoice are generated in the standard format, and these e-invoices are also exchanged in the standard format. We understand that invoices are the bloodline of every business transaction. Before payments are being fulfilled, there is a form of commitment. And what shows that commitment? It is when you generate an e-invoice. So we are making sure that we connect to this data exchange model. We're making sure that what we are building is interoperable. It conforms to the world's best format, so that we can be able to do business with countries like Saudi.
The event also had stakeholders from private and public sectors in the country who were formally inaugurated as part of the steering committee for the National Electronic Invoicing Initiative. They promise to work hand in hand with the government to create a standardized economy and increase revenue mobilization for the betterment of the nation. Sohe Osemeki reporting for BeeTv News.
Farmers in Agoowu community, Osun State, are appealing to both the federal and state governments to prevent any attempt of mining exploration or mining activities in their agrarian community.
Farm settlement is one of the 5 settlements inherited by Osun State after its creation from Oyo State in 1991. It has a population of over 24,000 people and 178 houses, with youths making up about 70% of the residents. The farmers engage primarily in the cultivation of cocoa, or palm, maize, cassava, plantain, chili peppers, and cocoyam. However, in a recent development, the farmers said they are in possession of a letter signed by the special advisor to the governor on mining and mineral matters, authorizing mineral testing and exploration in the settlement, prompting this protest.
It must be emphasized that mining activities on the farmland that is fully developed by the farm settlers will be tantamount to forceful ejection of the settlers from their means of their livelihood. We hereby, on behalf of all the settlers appeal to the Osun State government, the Osun State governor, to prevail on the special advisor for mining.
The farmers emphasized that the vision of late Chief Obafemi Awolowo for the settlement was to promote large-scale farming as well as the production and processing of cash crops. They vowed to resist any attempt to evict them or destroy their farmlands under the guise of mineral exploration, warning that such actions could lead to civil unrest.
Baba Awolowo, who established farm settlement, established it purposely because of farming, and that is what we are doing. So to come this year, they want to start mining. It's not acceptable at all. We want the government to know that we are not ready to leave this place. Don't let them bring any machine to this place because we will not allow them to do any work.
What about if gold is found in Agowo Farm Settlement? That tells us one thing, that Agowo Farm Settlement will become a mining site. And every palm tree, every cocoa will be uprooted. What is the fate of the average youth in Agowo Farm Settlement?
However, the state government explained that the soil testing is intended to ascertain the level of mineral resources deposits in the settlement. It urged the farmers to remain calm, assuring them that all affected farmers will be duly compensated if mining activities are eventually carried out in the area. Esohe Osemegi, reporting for BeeTv News.
Governor of Ekiti State, Abiodun Abayomi Oyebanji, has commissioned a pillar monitoring system tagged Ekiti Dashboard, aimed at providing seamless and real-time monitoring of government programs and projects to ensure value for money while maintaining that the success of any administration depends on its ability to efficiently monitor and evaluate implementation of projects. The governor explained that the innovation platform would further enable his administration to identify challenges, promptly allocate resources effectively, improve service delivery, and ensure timely completion of critical projects aligned with his 6 pillars of development earlier. The Special Advisor, Office of Transformation and Service Delivery, Dr. John Ekundayo, who thanked the governor for his visionary leadership, said the initiative is to track the progress of projects across the state as encapsulated in the 6 pillars of the administration.
We are running a transparent and accountable government. Any MBA that does not cooperate with you, sir, let me know. I'm going to start from the political head of that MBA. From this dashboard, you can self-assess yourself. You will know whether you are failing or you are doing well. So it's not going to be a question of somebody will shut you now. So when you populate the figures yourself, the data yourself, everything will be there for you to see. And this speaks to our commitment to reforms and innovation. And I must thank the champions, all of you, for stepping out of the comfort zone to be champions, to learn about this. And I plead with you that if you have staffs or civil servants that are interested in learning, please take them.
The system will address the need for the government as contract awarding institution to ensure that projects are well executed, deliver on time, and ultimately be of value to the targeted beneficiaries.
The wife of Kebbi State Governor Nafisa Nassar Idris has distributed food items to 1,200 vulnerable women from Gwandu, Aliuru, and Jega local government areas. She reaffirmed her commitment to supporting vulnerable populations and announced that the initiative is simultaneously ongoing in all 36 states of the country. Mrs. Nafisa Nassar Idris said the beneficiaries to utilize the items effectively to improve their livelihoods and assist their families. Despite growing concerns about unemployment and the state of the economy, many Nigerians still believe that education remains a powerful tool for achieving success. For them, it's more than just certificates, it's a long life investment. The report.
Despite the economic challenges and the growing popularity of alternative income sources, education is still seen by many as a powerful asset. While degrees may not always guarantee a job in Nigeria today, the value of being educated goes beyond employment. It shapes thinking, improves communication, and boosts confidence. This belief was echoed by residents interviewed in Benin City, who insisted that education is still a valid guarantee for success. They said education is the best legacy a parent can give to a child, maintaining that no matter the situation in the country, an educated person has a better chance. While acknowledging that Nigerian system may not fully reward educational achievement, many respondents maintain that the knowledge, exposure, and discipline gained from schooling are lifelong advantages.
100% guarantee. It is believed that the highest legacy you give to a child is education. When I was in the school, a man against me, he said education is the weapon of liberation from poverty, ignorance, and disease. When you train a man, you give him the potential to train himself in any other field.
Good. Education is the key of life. In those days, they said that education is the key. It is more important. Let any of us to be educated so that the government will not cheat you.
Education is the best now. It's the best for Nigeria. I have children. If your child go to school, you can go everywhere in Nigeria.
Though the definition of success may be shifting in today's Nigeria, education remains a solid stepping stone. For many, it's not just about getting ahead, it's about staying ahead with dignity and direction. Gifts Ubuagwo reporting for BeeTv News.
Nigeria must capitalize on the recent reforms to build inclusive institutions for broadly shared prosperity. That's coming from the former president of the Nigeria Bar Association, Olisa Agbakoba, who says strategic intervention across multiple sectors can unlock more than 500 trillion naira in economic value by 2027.
Olisa Agbakoba says the Tinubu administration's bold economic reforms have contributed to moderating inflation, strengthening of the naira, and an increase in investor confidence. But he adds that Nigeria remains significantly below its true economic potential.
Fuel subsidy has worked. It has worked because it has lowered the temperature. But it hasn't lowered it to the point where it's making impact. The naira has been stable. I was thinking the way things were going, we would be reaching 2,000 plus. So my prediction is if this thing goes well, we should go under $1,000, 1,000 naira. Not this year, something like the first quarter of next year.
The latest legal policy published by his law firm calls for an urgent devolution of powers to state and local governments, constitutional reforms and governance restructuring so as to transform the policy.
If we are to achieve the 500 trillion naira targeted budget, which is possible, we must break up the over-centralized system. We must break it up into at least 8 constitutionally recognized geopolitical zones. The Middle Belt zone needs to come out of the northwest. The Edo area needs to come out of the south-south. 8 geopolitical zones, each with its own independent economic and constitutional structure.
The document also proposes execution at Trumpian speed of strategic reforms across sectors such as oil and gas, maritime, aviation, local content, trade and investment, as well as financial services that will hasten economic growth.
All the oil wells in the hands of private people, take it back. The wealth in the ground belongs to us, not to oil companies. President Tinubu has to put us first. And that's why I like Trump. MAGA, make America great again. So make Nigeria great again. Anything that will bring more money to us, to the detriment of anybody, do it.
He says success will ultimately be measured not by impressive statistics or glowing reports from international institutions, but by how ordinary Nigerians experience the economy in their daily lives. Harmony Agbafo reporting for BeeTv News.
And now to the foreign scene, where President Donald Trump says he plans to place 100% tariff on movies made outside the U.S., claiming foreign countries are hurting the American film industry. Also, King Charles, Queen Camilla, and the Princess of Wales and the Prime Minister have joined commemoration for the 80th anniversary of victory in Europe VE Day. BeeTv News Global News correspondent Rebecca Goffield tells us more on this and other stories from the foreign scene.
President Donald Trump says he plans to place 100% tariffs on movies made outside the U.S., claiming that foreign countries are hurting the American film industry. Trump says these nations offer incentives to attract film productions, which he calls a national security threat. He says the U.S. movie industry is dying a very fast death and wants film made in America again. The announcement was made on Trump's Truth social account, but it remains unclear how the tariffs will be applied, whether to films made by U.S. studios abroad, streaming platforms, or international cinemas. Meanwhile, King Charles, Queen Camilla, the Prince and Princess of Wales, and the Prime Minister have joined commemorations for the 80th anniversary of victory in Europe VE Day. A military parade marched to Buckingham Palace ahead of a planned Red Arrows fly past. At midday, Big Ben rang out and Winston Churchill's famous 1945 victory speech was read aloud. 3 generations of royals watched the event, which also remember the late Queen Elizabeth, who was in her 20s on VE Day in 1945. Israeli political commentator Ori Goldberg says growing opposition inside Israel to the war in Gaza could seriously affect Prime Minister Netanyahu's government, especially as tens of thousands of reservists are called up to widen the conflict. Goldberg said many Israelis who usually follow government orders are starting to question the purpose of the war. He explained that for some, the continued fighting no longer seemed tied to security, but it's now viewed as a political move, especially with the talk of occupying Gaza. In Israel, security is typically seen as above politics, but this war is beginning to change that view. And lastly, on Global News, Rwanda has confirmed that it is in early discussions with the US about accepting migrants deported under President Donald Trump's immigration policy. Rwandan Foreign Affairs Minister Olivia Nduhungirehe says the talks are ongoing but not new, as Rwanda had a similar deal with the UK before it was dropped by the Labour government last year. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio recently said that the US was looking for countries willing to take in some of the most despicable human beings. Nduhungirehe said Rwanda believes in giving people another chance, but added that it is too early to know the outcome of the US talks. And that's it from the global scene. Rebecca Goffey reporting for BeeTv News.
In entertainment, the Economic and Financial Crime Commission has said that the arrest of social media influencer Martins Otse, popularly known as Very Dark Man, was carried out over multiple petitions submitted to its agency. The anti-graft agency conferred to BBC News Pidgin through its spokesperson Dele Oyewale on Monday. According to him, Very Dark Man was taken into custody following complaints from several petitioners on the allegation of cyber stalking. When asked if the case was connected to Guarantee Trust Bank, Oyewale noted that the petitions were from different individuals and the agency owed them a duty of protection. Oyewale added that the commission was planning to arraign the social media activists. Kylian Mbappe struck twice as Real Madrid held off Celta Vigo with a trailing 3-2 win to stay within sight of La Liga leaders Barcelona, whom they face next weekend. Let's now join our BeeTv News sports correspondent Freeman Osawi, who has more on this and other trending stories.
After the Catalans scrapped a comeback win at Valladolid on Saturday, Madrid survived a late Celta fight back a day later to maintain a 4-point gap ahead of next Sunday's Clásico. Defending champions Madrid in second place were left clinging on at the Santiago Bernabeu against Celta side 7th and hoping to qualify for European football next season. Madrid's Champions League defense crumbled and Los Blancos were also beating the Copa del Rey final against Barcelona last week. But Los Blancos are still up of overhauling Hansi Flick's side on La Liga. Carlo Ancelotti's side came into the game with a spate of defensive injuries, but after riding out an early wave of setter chances, took control with 20-year-old Turkish Adagula pulling the string. Barcelona have confirmed that Robert Lewandowski will be part of the group for the second leg of the Champions League semi-final against Inter in Santa Siro on Tuesday night. As Hansi Flick reveals his contingent of travelling players, Inter and Barcelona are currently level at 3-3 after goals from Marcos Thuram, Denzel Dumfries, Lameyama, Ferran Torres and Jan Sommer ongoing a 6-goal thriller in Montjuic on Wednesday. The two teams will meet again in San Siro to fight for a place in the Champions League final. Then the victors will go on to face either Paris Saint-Germain or Arsenal. Flick has confirmed the travelling squad of 33 players for the second leg of the Inter semi-final on Tuesday night. Coach Sani urges Kwara United to stay focused ahead of crucial NPFL clash against Enyimba. Kwara United head coach Tunde Sani has called on his players to maintain full concentration and determination as they gear up for their midweek NPFL match day 36 encounter against Enyimba FC in Aba. During a light training session on Monday morning, Coach Sani reminded the squad not to be the left excitement of their recent advancement to the semi-finals of the President Federation Cup distract them from their league responsibility. Kwara United will travel to face Enyimba at the Aba Township Stadium on Wednesday in what is expected to be a pulsating encounter as the 2024-2025 NPFL season approaches its climax. And that's it on Sport News. Freeman Usawe reporting for BeeTv News.
And that is the size of our news package for tonight. Many thanks for joining us on BeeTv Major News. I am Evelyn Izibili. Thank you and have a good night.